My parents forced me to keep the kids I had from their friend against my will, so I left them in foster care and moved on with my life. But now that I am doing well in life, they decided to show up and demand I apologize for leaving them. I gave birth to my first kid when I was 13 and my second when I was 14. Neither of those pregnancies were my choice, and I did not choose to carry to term. They were the result of a family friend getting to do whatever he wanted to me, and my abusive parents refusing to let me abort. They talked about the pregnancies being punishments for trying to defy what their friend wanted from me. I had always been physically abused by my parents, but once I was pregnant for the first time, the abuse became a daily occurrence. I only got free a few months after my 18th birthday because my parents were both arrested, and what happened to me came to light. I told everyone who spoke to me that I did not want to raise the kids. There were attempts to help me keep them, but even though I did what I could to keep them alive, I never bonded with them. I didn't have motherly love for them. I'd done the best with what I had, but that wasn't good, and I knew it even back then, not only because of my lack of love or bond, but I was also very messed up. So my kids went into the foster care system, and I terminated my parental rights to them. For another 4 or 5 years, I lived pretty badly. I made dumb choices because of my traumas, and I struggled to actually live the life I wanted. So much of everything was new to me, and I didn't have a support system. I never even graduated high school. But eventually, I got my life together. It wasn't easy, and I have needed so much therapy. I still go to therapy. And I'm still a work in progress. I think given my past, I always will be. But the person I am today is happier, healthier, and I have the stability and support needed for a good life. I married and had children with my husband in the last 5 years. Even though I technically had kids before, I felt like a first-time mom in many ways. There were a lot of firsts with my pregnancies and our kids. Several months ago, my older kids found me and reached out. They had questions, which I did my best to answer, but a lot of them I could not. I don't know medical history or all that much family history or info on their father. It was difficult, and I spoke to my therapist a lot in that time. Trying to explain how they came to exist was the worst part, and I leaned on my therapist a lot to help me explain it without burdening them with my feelings. Even though both are technically adults now, it wasn't an easy discussion. Through all of it, I did have to be honest about not wanting a relationship. The younger kid accepted this. The oldest? They have reacted very differently. They feel I owe both a relationship and that it doesn't matter what I went through, that I am their mother and should act like it. There was also a demand that I apologize for marrying and having more kids when I let them grow up in foster care. I was told I was the adult in the family even at 13 and 14, and I should never have blamed them or denied them my life because of it. The oldest pushed on this so much that I had to block them. But I know this isn't either of their faults, and I know there are people who can love their kids who were in my circumstances. The fact I didn't apologize has played on my mind. I'm not apologetic for what I did, but I still feel like I could be a butthole for that and for not doing it for the sake of the kid I gave birth to.